Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Mayor's Monday Message for October 8th. And wanted to start off by letting folks know we are open here at City Hall. I know it's a federal holiday, Columbus Day, and but we're hard at work here at City Hall. And so if you have any business to do, it's a good time to pop in to see our clerks and talk to folks downstairs. It is Columbus Day, and with that brings mixed feelings, of course. We want to celebrate and congratulate folks of Italian-American heritage. This is a great day for Italian-Americans, focusing on one of the great explorers of their lineage. However, it is also important to recognize that with those developments also came great tragedies. And that's why I want to join other mayors around the country in declaring also Indigenous Peoples Day, so that we remember also the folks that were here first. We know now that Columbus, wasn't even the first European to be here. Leif Erikson, beat him by 400 years. But what's really important is that there were folks here. There were people here living for thousands and thousands of years. And their entire world was really unraveled with the coming of the Europeans, and so it is important. And later on, actually next month, we hope to have some Indigenous peoples activities, Indigenous Peoples Week, and really remember, and not just remember, because Indigenous peoples are still around us. And I spent quite a bit of time out on on reservations out west, and we still have a lot of work to do to respect and to bring equity to the people that were here before most of the rest of us. So happy Columbus Day and happy Indigenous Peoples Day. I wanted to thank our police officers. Of course, you've all heard that we had another tragedy in the city. On Saturday, a young man killed over on Richland Avenue by the CVS, and but our police department was on top of it, and we have the suspect in custody. He has been arrested, Zane Seneft. So thank you, YCPD, for your quick work, and I'm really proud to say that our police department has been doing a great job getting people, capturing people, working with the U.S. Marshals. However, that's not the part that stops the violence. We still need to do more to stop the violence. I'll talk about that in a minute. But I do want to also say that the young man that is suspected to have committed the double homicide of Jamil Murray and Desmond Jones is still on the loose. He's 16 years old. I would really hope that his family members and friends guide him to turning himself in. It would be a huge tragedy if, on top of everything, if there was some kind of violence involved in that harmed him. Basically, I don't want to see a 16-year-old trying to fight it out with the police. Nobody wants that. We don't want another dead kid. So please, Luis Joshua Vicente Ramirez, if you know him, if you're his family, please make sure that he gets into police custody and without any kind of incident. A positive thing that did come out of this was a great event yesterday, Pedal for Peace. I want to thank Brant Kingsley and Fred Walker and Tanya Larry and Tanya Thompson Morgan. They helped organize the Pedal for Peace rally, which was a march and bike ride from different parts of the city to the location of the homicides. It was a call for unity. It was a call for forcing the bad elements out of our community. I've got to say, Tanya Thompson Morgan made an impassioned call for. I'm just repeating after her, but if you're a woman in York and you let these drug dealers into your house and you let your kids see this stuff, you're just putting it in their mind that this stuff is okay, and you're creating the next generation of drug dealers. We have to work to improve the economics and opportunities around the city, and I'm committed to doing that. But we've got to stop letting people come in from out of the city and holding up in apartments and creating new generations of little young corner drug dealers, because that is a big part of the tragedies like the loss of Desmond Jones. So I want to thank Tanya Thompson Morgan, thank all the speakers at Pedal for Peace. It was a very good, really good event yesterday. Not nearly as sad as all of this. I know I feel like I've got a sad message this morning. But also, good effort, Bearcats, but you can't win every game. So we lost a close one, 20-21 to Red Lion, but we've got a whole season yet to make up for that and show everybody what you're made of. So, I continue to congratulate you on your great scholastic efforts. It's really an important change that has occurred. Not only are our athletes at York High being successful in sports, but also being successful in their scholastics. Finally, I just wanted to say what a great weekend for the city. The first Friday, we had 5 ribbon cuttings. One of the ones I'm probably most excited about is my good friend Cal Weary has opened up a new location. Weary Arts Group is working out of Union Lutheran Church. So they are right on the west side, right where some of this violence, actually all the recent violence has occurred, right in my neighborhood over there. So I'm really happy to see more positive activities. I spoke last week with Cindy Dotson, who is working to open up the community center with Salem Square Community Association over on West King Street. It looks like we'll be able to get that open before Christmas, and I'm very excited to give the kids other opportunities, show them that they can grow and have value and worth, and that's the real thing: hope, value, worth. Getting that into the minds of the kids is the way that we get out of this violent cycle that we're in. So congratulations, Cal, and thank you for all your work. We also had Jim over at the Emporium, Jim and Pam. That's they've been there for a long, long time, but this was kind of a grand reopening, and it's really nice over at the York, at the Book Emporium, at the 300 block of West Market Street. So Union Church is the 400 block of West Market Street. That's where Weary Arts Group is. We also had a new photography studio come in right above Redo on South Duke Street, 100 block of South Duke Street, an all-female photography group or studio. And it's great because they looked at York. None of the 3 are from York. They all looked at York and our central location and said, we want to do business here. We want to have a central studio. And so that was a great win for the city. Thank you, ladies, for coming to York. The chess tables are open on the square. Thank you, Richard Craighead, and everybody that worked together to get those chess tables out there. So bring your pieces out, and you'll see me out there every once in a while. I like a good game of chess. So I think this is a great opportunity for people to meet strangers, and having a game of chess is just a great way to cross all barriers. It's like music. Music has when you're performing music with somebody, there are no colors, there are no religions, there are no ethnicities, no sexes. You're just making music together. Well, chess is the same way. You sit down and you learn. You drop all the veils of differences, and you're just a couple of minds working and having a good time. And so I think the chess tables are going to be a great thing for York and a great way for people to meet each other. Finally, I got a great opportunity, and I hope you take advantage of the opportunity of the new display at the Goodridge Museum, the Goodridge House, over on the 100 block of East Philadelphia Street. Some of us that know York's history know about William Goodridge. You know, he was a former slave who came to York and built an amazing business, including rail cars. He owned 13 rail cars. He helped with the Underground Railroad and moving slaves to freedom. We know about that, but I did not know much about his son, Glenalvon. So Glenalvon was another incredibly successful young African-American businessman. He was a teacher. Then he got into the earliest years of photography when, you know, obviously something like this wasn't possible, but even it was the first time that you could have an image without it being painted or drawn. And he got in very early, and for a time, he had his studio on different locations in the square of York, but also he had it in the Goodridge House over on East Philadelphia Street. And the museum there has put together a replica of his original daguerreotype, which is the earliest word for photography, daguerreotype studio. And it's the only one in the entire world where a studio has been replicated in its original location. So this is a really cool thing for York history, for photography history, for African American history, for world history. I mean, this is an international class display over there, and a lot of pictures of early African Americans, and it tells a wonderful story of success here in York under some of the hardest conditions that you could be successful in. So congratulations to the Goodridge Center for opening their new studio, and thank you for the tour and everything that you taught me last Friday. So I hope people get out and, you know, new bookstores, new theater groups, or at least new locations for theater groups, a photography studio, chess tables, African American and American history at the Goodridge Center. It was a great day on Friday, let alone all the wonderful music and food and everything going on. So thank you all for a great first Friday, and take the opportunity, please, to go out and enjoy our the new facets of York. There's new things happening here all the time, and I hope to see you out there. We'll see you in the city.